many years have come and gone since that day. How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one that stood alone against the storm. For the one they called.
To run from my troubles. Until our friend returns, I will hold the line.
This town certainly has changed, and not at all for the better. I'm not going anywhere. I promise you, Infilia.
Greater even than the seventh umbral calamity, must be undone. If history must be unwritten, let it be unwritten.
Alright. Hope you guys fucking enjoyed that, because technically, I guess that's gonna be the last time we fucking see that. The Shadowbringers opening, because it's, technically the next time we fucking play Final Fantasy 14 will be in Endwalker. Which, you know, whenever that is, but we'll deal with that when we deal with that. We're almost done. Almost done. We've got whatever's left of those roll queue. Hold on. What were they literally called? The Shadowbringers roll quests. We have whatever's left of that because we got to literally the last mission of the DPS one and fucking bailed. Because our samurai wasn't level 80, so we weren't able to finish it. So we're going to finish that today. Eventually, I would like to level up and get the other ones, but that would require me becoming a mage and becoming a healer, which... good luck with that. So, we'll see. And then apparently we need to do the first part of the Forbidden Land Eureka. Which apparently we should have done back in fucking Stormblood, but we never did, so... we'll see how that goes. So today's stream might be shorter than usual, but, yeah. Yeah. And then, I guess how this is gonna go is after today, since a certain someone's fucking laptop exploded, we will put FF14 on the back burner for a bit. Not a year like it was before. You done with the year? Yeah, I finished it yesterday. We hopefully won't be putting it on hold for like a year again. This'll hopefully only be until the laptop's fixed, so whenever that is done. It should only... Anyway, I guess what we're going to do is we're going to start the next game on our streaming list, which is Expedition 33 next week. And hopefully by the time we finish that, everything will be good and we can go back to Endwalker and finish FF14 forever. It also gives me a while to finish my other thing I was working on, so we'll see how that fucking goes. But if, yeah, you tune in next week and it's not Final Fantasy 14, don't be fucking surprised, because we'll be back to it. We'll get back to it. So for now, let's pop in here. Oh, hey, Shadowbringers again. And we'll see how things fucking go! Yeah. We could be playing, you know, fucking Donkey Kong or any of the other better games. We could be gaping our ape, but nah, man. Go hang out with the French. Shit, oh, I'm not banned. You're a fucking mod, I would hope not. I would hope not. I hope my mods don't get banned themselves. So, where was it? I think it was, in Colusia? Over by, Yulmore? Everything about Ben. Right here. Courage born of fear. Alright. So for that, I'm gonna have to switch back to a samurai. A stinky samurai. Feels good. Feels simple. Boy, life was so much easier when all I had to do was push 3 buttons. Oh, those were the days. Oh. These fucking disgusting creatures out here that are not a fucking chance against me. Alright, we're finally back to this after fucking months. He was like, alright, I'm ready to go. And I was like, I'll be back. I have to go get some cigarettes. And then I never came back. And he's gonna give us fucking materia, so it's not even fucking worth it. Hey, buddy. Sogeth, my friend, my partner, I trust you are ready. Good, good. That is very good indeed, for before we depart to face Andrea, for what I praise the final time, I have a confession to make. Yeah? I may have been somewhat misleading when I intimidated the tremendousness of my martial prowess. In truth, it rather pales in comparison to yours. No, money isn't a superpower. Uh-huh. Do tell. Uh-huh. Shocking. I gather you were not unaware of this. Truly, you are as perceptive as you are mighty. In my defense, I must say that when I realized what an exceedingly powerful warrior you truly are, I was dumbstruck. I struggled to conceive of how even to broach the subject. Furthermore, I must admit that great majority, nay, all of our efforts to hone our skills in preparation for the battle to come have been entirely for my benefit, that the disparity between us might not be so readily apparent. Good luck with that. To think that my insecurity drove me to postpone this fateful day for so long. Yeah, that's what's been postponing this for so long. Your insecurities, and not the fact that I was one level lower than I needed to be. In my cowardice, I allowed Andrea to assemble a party of followers, where before we might have only to contend with one foe, we must now confront 5. And for all my preparation, I am still no more likely to be an asset to you than a hindrance. But perhaps that need not be the case. In discussing this grim reality with Miss Olvera while you were away, we hit upon a potential stratagem. Recall you Rendure's greatest strength and weakness. Her preternatural hearing. We can be reasonably certain that Andrea is possessed of it as well. Therefore, if you were to fashion a device that could produce a loud noise at will, you could use it to secure an advantage in your battle. What I lack in strength of arms, I may make up for with guile. While it will not guarantee us victory, it will surely bring us one step closer. Hello? A diligent manservant? 1,000 pardons, Master Reek, but I have come to deliver a message from your Lord Father. Daddy? Daddy Diddums? What does he want with me now? It has come to your Lord Father's attention that you have acquitted yourself rather poorly as a bounty hunter, and have brought terrible shame upon your family name. He commands you to cease all such activities at once and return to the city forthwith. Should you fail to do so, you will be stripped of your citizenship and family name. No further financial assistance will be provided. I thought we fixed you more. God damn it, Alphino. Oh. Oh dear. Oh dear. You may tell my father and my mother the following, that I, Lurik, proud bounty hunter, slayer of sin-eaters, that I have no intention of renouncing this cause, and that they are free to do so as they deem fit. Tell them that if they have no son, that I have no parents, that I have no family save Miss Olvera, who has shown me more love than they ever have. Very good, Master Reek. I shall deliver your reply to them at once. Good day. Fuck you. Right. Now that that's settled, we can go to work crafting that giant noisemaker of ours. Let us consult with the craftsman of the crystalline mean at once. Great. I dare say you lit a fire in him, Sogeth. I never thought I'd see the day when he'd muster the courage to say anything like that to his parents. Yes. Great. So back to the Crystarium. Also, I guess once I hit level 80 as a samurai, I now have a tiny little gauge at the bottom of my samurai gauge there on the left. And I don't know what that fucking does. I know what the samurai gauge does, but what does the 3 little blips mean? That's gonna be fun to figure out. When everything falls apart. Is this the right one? Fuck. Why is it always like this? We're at the end of Shadowbringers, and I still don't understand the fucking portals in Crystarium. This is some bullshit. Lloyd? Lloyd? You gonna help that guy carry that box back there, Lloyd? What's all this, then? You got something what needs making? Indeed I do, good sir. I wish to commission the production of a device that can generate a tremendously loud noise. It must be small and light enough to be carried by a single individual as well. Ain't that one of the stranger requests I've heard? Well, if it's just noise you want, then I'd wager we could make do with a special blend of fire sand. I think I've just the recipe for your needs. I'll need some choice of ingredients, mind, and you'll need to go and fetch them for me. Fetch? What precisely is that you require? Well, there's this one particularly beastie native in Calusia. It's got a singular diet and leaves these massive dung piles. The fresher, the better, if it please. A few varieties of grasses native to Raktika. Oh, and some iron ore from Am-Areng. I can give you a list if you like. To wit, we'll need to travel to the far corners of Norvrant and back. Oh dear, this is rather more involved than I... No more excuses. We'll do whatever must needs be done to see this through to the end. My friend, I will not impose these tasks upon you. I insist that you remain here while I go and fetch the required materials. I was just about to say, I will leave digging through fucking monster shit to you, Lurik, before you will reek. Alright, see you, idiot. Wait for Lurik to return. Where am I waiting exactly? Oh, at the, okay. He's gonna travel with no money, covered in monster shit. It's gonna go great. This is gonna go great for everything. And there's the other fucking idiot still waiting for me. You fools. Waiting with my feet off the floor. Oh, you're back. It was a series of surprisingly harrowing experiences, but in the end, I managed to obtain the materials necessary for the construction of my secret weapon. That gentleman was rather accommodating. Despite being somewhat put out that I had not any gil to pay him for his labor, he was nevertheless willing to teach me how to craft the arrows myself. He said he found my industriousness endearing? I must confess, despite being utterly exhausted by all this busy work, it's been somewhat refreshing. Now that my noisemaker arrows are ready, I cannot wait to put them to the proof. If all goes to plan, the explosion should be loud enough to incapacitate Andrea for a time. Just put an end to her tale, my friend. In doing so, write the opening of ours, that of Reek and Sogeth, bounty hunters extraordinaire. Come! Raktika and glory await! Maybe we can leave your name out of this. Less people think that Sogeth reeks. Or maybe we could change your... Maybe we can just call you Lou. Sogeth and Lou. It's fucking been a while since we've been back to the Raktika. No Lahis? We've had a surprisingly little amount of Lahis. For how memed those songs were. Okay, there's just a bunch of fucking dinosaurs down there. Uh-huh. Just a natural group of fucking dinosaurs just out and about in the forest. Alright, Lou. Let's get this done. If I may make one small request before we begin, please, for the love of gods, please try not to succumb to any visions of people's pasts. This really could not be a worse time. Alright, let's go. Let's fucking finish this finally. Nani? Oh, there's Andrea, and there's her friends. Especially the one we've never met and never saw ever again. Because Ardbert clearly can't be here. Well, are you still with me in here and now? I mean, why not? I fought worse. Fuck you. Excellent. Then we can attend to the task at hand without worry. Let us lay to rest our fellow hunters and grant Renderay the peace a hero deserves. I think this is a bad party setup. We're fighting 2 tanks, 2 DPS and a healer. We're gonna do this all by ourselves? Alright, all the stacked... okay. Seize the opportunity to strike. Let's get the healer. Here goes. Let's deal with this fucking healer first. Ah! It worked. It really worked. I can't believe it. Huh? Are they defending her? Damn it. We'll have to deal with them first. You sure will. I'm dealing with the healer. God damn you, Landbrid. Landbrid. This fucking healer. Can you stop making a mess of the battlefield here, Lou? Jesus. I'm working on it. This healer's almost dead. Alright, healer's down. You know what? Let's get rid of this mage. You know what? Lou might need some help here. What did I do to deserve such attention? Immaculate Warrior. And then we'll take care of the Magus. The Maggot. I feel like we're missing somebody here. Wait a minute. Oh, okay, yeah, the fucking... the Warrior's in there. I'm sorry, the Paladin. Right here. Yep, good. Fucking Lou, calm down! Oh, Lou, come on, baby. You can do it. You can do it. I got you. Come on. Come on. We just gotta take care of the mag. Damn right. In this economy and inflation, it's so much easier than being a tank. I get 3 buttons! What? Oh. Yeah, you take that over there. As opposed to the tank who has to fucking... Oh, jeez. You could have moved, Lou! Shithead! Boy, those noisemaker arrows sure just fucking disabled her for like a month. Sanctioned fire! Schwa schwa! Alright, that's it. Only 2 more to go until fucking... I'll draw off Andrea. You handle the knight. Until fucking Ardbert shows up. Ah, Jesus. Ah, jeez. I probably could have kicked him to stop that. Get behind the knight. I never would have guessed. Sir, I threw an axe through an old man. I kind of know what I'm doing. I fought worse. The bloody knight is in the way. Dispatch him first. I'm working on it! No, Sogeth, now's our chance! I'm kind of down for the count. Heads up, arrows incoming. Hey, Lou, you wanna heal yourself, buddy? You're not doing too well. Fucking yikes. Alright, now it's just fucking Andrea. How bad could it possibly be? We took out 2 tanks, a healer, and a fucking mage. The fucking bard should be the simple one. Oh, for fuck's sakes. Why did I open my mouth? What the fuck? Lou Reek of the Gilded Boy. Are you gonna do anything back there, Lou? You just shoot 2 or 3 arrows and make me do all the work? Up. Sogeth to me! Why don't you come to me, idiot? Don't make me do all the fucking work. Jesus. I have 3 things built up and I don't know what they do. Probably something I don't have on my hotbar. This one? No. Not with the ads. Wasn't so bad. I could have done this at level 79, honestly. Yeah. Rest in peace, Renderay. As I get fucking smashed. Jesus. She was an evil bard the whole time. We won! Even seeing it and saying it, it hardly feels real. Oh, crystal. Ads. Huh. What's that you've got there? It's Bonandium. Wicked White, you're the real Rendoray. Thank you. You're Rendoray, the real Rendoray. Hey, too bad Ardbert's not here to see this. I should have never betrayed your trust. Never again, I swore. Never again. Balam Queets, the Shadowkeeper, the Flood. Come what may, we would face it together, no matter how hard it got, or how terrified I was. It's what it means to let someone into your heart, knowing full well that nothing lasts forever. To welcome the fear and the pain, the sorrow. When I lost my parents, when we laid the Keeper low, you felt it too, didn't you? To place our faith in a desperate, hopeless attempt to save everyone, and to see it amount to naught in the end. What else could we do but offer up any tiny remainder in a final, futile effort? Even knowing deep down it was worth but a few moments more. What is this? You gave me fear. That fear gave me strength. Wait, there's so much more I want to ask! I don't understand. What was she talking about? It's not right. It's not fair. Heroes sacrificing themselves for nothing. Becoming villains, being forgotten. That's how it goes. Thank you, Sogeth. I could have never gotten this far without your help. I had no idea who Rendoray or any of the other warriors of light truly were. 'Twas all ancient history to me. Why would I care who some eaters once were? I was no better than my parents, judging them out of hand, dismissing their sacrifices, not bothering to look deeper. It made it all the easier to pursue Andrea for my own amusement. I pray I've made up for it in part by helping to lay Rendoray's soul to rest. Miss Olvera is probably worried sick about us both. We should return to Calusia and let her know we're all right. We should probably get around to actually watching those tank ones that we never did, because I didn't want to read all that. Considering today's stream might be fucking shorter than the other ones, I mean, we'll have lots of time. Lahi? Very little amounts of Lahi in this playthrough. Disappointing. Probably because we were usually riding on mounts. Alright, Lurik. Please don't give me materia. I don't want it. My little Reek, Sogeth! Congratulations on a job well done. Lahi intensifies. And from one hunter to another, thank you for helping Rendoray to achieve a measure of peace. She was a hero to me too, and it broke my heart to know what had become of her. To have her legacy tarnished so, to have the world call you a villain, even still, but at least I can take comfort in knowing she can finally enjoy a long rest. Whatever others may say, we will preserve the truth in story and song. Brenda Ray, the bravest hunter there ever was. More importantly, a true friend to those she held dear. I can only hope to measure up to her example someday. For now, however, I say we return to the Crystarium and raise a glass in celebration. My treat, huh? Son of a bitch. Zeke Kakarot? Uh-huh. Zeke Kakarot? Goku? Goku? Alright. Goku? But where the fuck did all this come from, you poor bastard? Where did the money come from? Wah! PS2 food, my favorite! Andrea's bounty has been paid to us in full, my friend. So come, let us eat, drink, and be merry. Right, I forgot there was a bounty. I swear, I'm gonna eat all of this. You be ready. I've been meaning to ask Sogeth, but I have the impression you are rather more acquainted with these warriors of light than you've been letting on. What exactly do you know about them? Well, technically I am one. Technically I am one, so, you know. Am I gonna tell him the whole goddamn story and not eat this weird fucking chicken? Is he gonna go, wah? Wah in amazement and shock? He did. I'm not from this world, Lurik. That is so preposterous a tale that I have no choice but to assume it is true. Offering up their lives to first cross the rift, then to halt the flood. Wicked White. It must have taken her so much courage to see it through in those final moments. A courage born not of a desire for glory or dedication to an ideal, but a fear of love for those with whom she had forged unshakable bonds. Her comrades. Yes. I won't pretend that we have anything even approaching such a powerful connection, but I would like to think that if you were in mortal peril, that I would fly to your side without hesitation. Well, you say that. Endwalker is coming up, but I don't know how you would get there from the first. Having said that, if I were tested as Renda Ray were, if I were challenged to offer up my life for others, without even knowing if it would amount to aught, I doubt I could rise to the occasion. I am a child and a fool who knows little of the world. I have been coddled and spoiled and have only just tasted the bitter fruits of life that you and countless others sup on daily. You are made of sterner stuff, Sogeth, far sterner than me, and that is why I know I can never walk your path. Do you wish you could? Do you wish you could? Pussy boy? How could I not? I cannot recall a time I have felt happier and more alive than when I have traveled with you. But you have countless other journeys ahead of you, don't you? For you are destined for greater challenges, whereas I am suited to rather more pedestrian affairs. Know your limits, as Miss Olvera used to say. Meeting her again after all these years, seeing how much older and more frail she'd become, made me realize how little time together we have left. She shouldn't have to live out her days living alone and in squalor. I've decided it will not be so. I shall return to Calusia and tend to her needs, for I would do my utmost to repay the love and kindness that made me the man I am today. Yes. Therefore, though it pains me to say it, I fear the celebration must also mark the end, or at the very least a tentative suspension of the glorious partnership that was Reek and Sogeth, bounty hunters extraordinaire. Should you ever find yourself in Calusia, however, do come and pay us a visit. Great. More fucking materia I don't need. Bye, idiot. Alright. Get this shit off of me! Get this shit off of me! Ah, there we go. Good. Good. I feel whole again. Alright, so let's check out those other cutscenes. We've got lots of fucking time. And then we'll go do some Eureka. Only the first part of Eureka, apparently. Wow. Wow. Fucking what is that? What are those? Get out of here, weird bird. I don't remember this window being open. Usually because, you know, there was a horrifying night, or, well, light sky. Where he's very angry. He's watching. Let's play him some music. Not that one. Not that one. Play him some sad near music. Possessed by disease. Is that what I think it is? No. Sure. Alright, so let's figure out where the fuck this is. Oh, it's gone, just because I touched this book. Alright. Disciple of War job quests. Paladin quests. No. No. Roll quests, that's what it was. Roll quests, that's what it was. So there's all those. Here's all these. I don't think we actually finished these last time. Fucking Christ. One element of the attack on Right a year ago still sticks in Granson's mind. The fangs of Orthus. The bracelet that Granson's beloved was working to restore. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Technically, this is the last Shadowbringers stream, so fucking look forward to that. But Final Fantasy XIV's going on break again, so we'll get to Endwalker eventually. The bracelet that Granson's beloved was working to restore, which the Eater fucking Dikaisen took with him when he left. Eaters are creatures of base instinct that care not for worldly possessions. So this curious behavior would soon set him apart from his brethren. In any event, it would behoove you to learn more about the bracelet, perhaps by questioning the trader who had commissioned Melinda to restore it, a man who calls Yulmore home. Sensing an opportunity to recover his stolen goods, the trader tells you of how he purchased the bracelet from a traveling peddler who claimed it was a relic of fallen kingdom of Vobert. Coincidentally, a relic with a similar design, a choker, has recently surfaced in Mordsuk, and the merchant has a mind to purchase it as well. Like the merchant, Granson suspects there is a connection between the two pieces of given the supposed similarity of the design. The trip to Emet-Selch would appear to be in order. As before, Granson proposes that the two of you make separate inquiries asking after the choker. Hopefully you will have better luck than you did in right. In a surprising twist, you happen to question a woman who knows of the piece you speak, for her husband is the owner. Granson should be pleased to learn of your discovery. Granson would brook no delay and declares that you must hurry to find the scavenger. For so long as he is in possession of the choker, he remains a target of Dikaisen. Alas, you locate the scavenger too late, for the virtue beats you to the punch and transforms him into a sin-eater before leaving with the Vobertite choker. The misshapen fiend that turns to face you, an all too familiar hunger in its eyes. You grant the scavenger the only mercy you can. Granson will not be pleased with this outcome, but such is life. Granson is understandably dismayed to learn of the scavenger's death and Dekaisen's escape, but what is done is done. Rather than discuss the next step in the wild where more eaters could be roaming about, he bids you both return to Emet-Selch. Though you have lost both the choker and Dikaisen, the greater tragedy is undeniably the scavenger's death. Being no stranger to such things, Granson states that he will inform the widow and that you will continue your hunt for the eater another day. The next role quest will be available from Granson upon reaching level 76 in any tank class. Alright. So it seems like all these role quests generally follow the same progression. Same areas, same everything. Mercy! Mercy! No! Is that Dikaisen? Take whatever you want, but please don't kill me. I have a family. Dikaisen! Ah! And then he got turned into a soul eater. Sin eater. Soul eater's a different thing. He got turned into a feathery jelly bean. And then he turned into the fucking weird dog thing from Full Metal Alchemist. I'll be taking this. Good day. Goodbye. I'm bad at my job. Edward. I mean, fucking look at it from the side. Please. Please. And then I killed it. And then I killed it. No. After consoling the widow of the scavenger killed by Dikaisen, Granson has learned that the man had taken part in a doomed expedition to Ilmeg over a year ago. The scavengers had hoped to come away with priceless Vobertite treasures, but the majority were slaughtered or driven mad by the Fey folk. Those who survived managed to escape with 2 of 3 sacred treasures of the royal family: the fangs and eyes of Orthus. The third, the claws of Orthus, is presumably still where the others were found, and Granson surmises that if Dikaisen is driven to seek it out as he did the other treasures, then it could conceivably be used to lure the virtue out of hiding. Thus it is decided that a trip to the Kingdom of Rainbows is in order. Granson is ill at ease in Ilmeg, as most outsiders are. However, as this is not your first time, you are able to direct him to Pla Eni, home to many Numo, who were a part of Vobertite society and may know the location of the relic you seek. Though some have heard of the claws of Orthus, none know where it may be found. However, you learn of a Numo named Sul Ol, who once served the royal family and will surely be of greater help than others. Granson, still ill at ease in the presence of Fey folk, is relieved to hear of your progress. bids you lead the way to Sol-Ol. As you approach Sol-Ol, the powers of the Echo imparts to you a vision of the Elder's past. You behold Brandon, the fallen warrior of light, in a time before he joined with his fellow adventurers. It was instead a knight sworn to serve the people of Vobert. As a young recruit, he caught the eye of the Princess Soldia, who handpicked him to serve as her protector, as she embarked on an investigation into a series of mysterious incidents in which innocent souls were irrevocably transformed into malformed beasts. As you return to the present, the new Mao currently deduced that you have the self-same gift Brandon had, prompting Granson to regard you with the son's suspicion. However, once you explain your purpose in coming, the hunt for Dikaisen and the claws of Orthus, you find yourself charged with yet another task to prove your martial prowess, this time by the retainer. They bid you journey to a nearby river where the new Mao, used to bathe and dispatch a number of beasts. For Granson, however, they have a different request in mind. As usual, the beasts you are asked to dispatch pose no challenge whatsoever, leaving you somewhat bemused and wondering what it was all for. Sol-Ol is satisfied by your performance, but a belligerent Granson has yet to indulge the new Mao's other request. Alas, until he does, your hunt must be put on hold. Eat the worms, Granson. Eat the worms, Granson! Yeah, there's that weird guy that showed up at my hotel room that one time that we didn't fucking know. Some stranger is at my door. I did not know you, yet you seem to know me. The fifth was discovered yesterday. A young girl not yet of age, transformed into a misshapen beast like the others before her. As if we needed more proof of a pattern. At this rate, any citizen could be next. Tell me at least you learned something from this one. I studied her remains myself. It was plain a powerful magic had been employed. Vestiges of enchantment lingered long after. The culprit, I think, is not a man to be trifled with. Like, who the fuck is this guy? Tadric? That is all I can say for now, but you may rest assured that I will ascertain their identity ere long. On my honor as court mage, I swear it. Until I do, however, I would implore you and your fellow knights to dispatch any who turn or show signs without hesitation. But these are our kith and kin. Should we not try to keep them alive until a way to reverse their transformation can be found? Your mercy would place countless others at risk. As a knight of Vobert, did you not vow to serve all her people? Justice for the weakest among us, was it not? How many such innocents will die before you do what must needs be done? It pains me deeply, Brandon, but the safety of the royal family is paramount. I fear not that to take anything less than the most drastic measures would be to invite death into the castle. Death is already here. Surely you must see it! Oh, princess. Saldia. I will not let it be whispered that Princess Saldia turned a blind eye to her people's suffering. These crimes are a tragedy that weighs upon every Vobertite soul, mine most of all, and that is why I will take charge of the investigation myself. My lady, be reasonable. You cannot put yourself in harm's way. You have a responsibility to your subjects. So I am to gamble with their lives instead? Let them shield me while I alone take shelter and look down on them from on high? Yes, exactly. You are their princess. You are Brandon, yes? The new recruit, a rather promising one from what the captain has told me. You will attend me personally. My lady! You heard me. I will not stand idly by when I have the power to make a difference. Together we will see justice done for all, as your vow and your princess demand. Lady Saldia, I understand. Forgive me my hesitation. My life and my sword are yours to command. I have great expectations for you. I trust you will not disappoint me. Right. There is no telling when our culprit will strike again, so we must begin our investigation at once. There are witnesses to be questioned, clues to be gathered. Come. Now, Lady Saldia! Lady Saldia! Ever the stubborn child. I wish you the best of luck, Brandon. You will need it and more. Is this the fucking castle from where we fought the Fey princess? Looks like it. Hey, are you alright? The way you were holding your head, as if racked by a terrible pain. What happened to you just now? War flashbacks. It happens. Lady Saldia? You saw her with your mind's eye, then it is as I suspected. You have the gift too. You are like Brandon. Are you now? What do you mean you're like Brandon? Huh. Why have you come to me? What is it that you seek? Yes, what do you seek? I see. And for this hunt of yours, you have come to Ilmeg in search of the claws of Orthus. I'm afraid this is no simple matter. First, I would know that you are capable of facing the eater you seek. Yes. There is a spot in a river not far from here in which I used to bathe, until a number of beasts grew equally fond of it. If you are the warrior you claim to be, it should pose no challenge whatsoever. Got it. Swing my sword. As for you, I have questions. And he refused. As he does. Alright, hold on. Before I forget. Okay. At some point tonight, that's gonna update. And stuff's gonna happen. Ugh. Having finally completed your respective tasks, you and Granson bid Sol Ul to tell you what they know of Brandon, the former warrior of light. However, the new Mao, fond words for the fallen knight, spur Granson to lash out in anger, as he is unwilling to think of the man as anything but the eater he has become. The new Mo regards him quietly for a moment before inviting the two of you to accompany them to Lai Gya to hear the story. In the ruins of the ancient castle of Lai Gya, Sol Ul regales you with the tale of Brandon and the Lady Saldia. The young knight served as the princess's bodyguard for a time, until he failed in his duty to protect her during one of her many investigations. Though she would make a full recovery, Brandon was nevertheless stripped of his knighthood and cast out, only to return one day, a grizzled adventurer in the company of fledgling heroes. Together they sought to identify the culprit behind the mysterious transformations, which had continued unabated in Brandon's absence, and so their search would lead them to the viper in their midst. Tadric, the court mage... Tadric, court mage and loyal servant of the royal family, was the architect of Vobert's misery. Consumed by pride and jealousy, he had orchestrated the transformations in an effort to throw the kingdom into chaos, that he might claim Vobert's throne for himself. Though the warriors of light succeeded in putting an end to his ambitions, Their victory was marred by tragedy when Tadric, in a final act of spite before he breathed his last, cursed Saldia like he had so many others, condemning her to a fate worse than death. Through the power of the Echo, you bear witness to the court mage's final moments, as well as hers, as Brandon carries out her final order and releases her from her torment. Good and evil, right and wrong. There's a comfort in simplicity. Granson had convinced himself that Brandon was the villain of his personal story, that his tragedy could have meaning and purpose so long as he saw it through the proper conclusion. But life is not a fairy tale, and Brandon was a man like any other, full of hope and dreams and regrets, including one which mirrored the hunter's own. Unsure how to reconcile this truth, Granson asks for a moment to think on his path. For indeed, if we are not who we believe ourselves to be, then who are we? All right. Neat. As I assume where she gets attacked. Oh no, this is before the Echo. 'Tis beautiful, even now, a palace of forgotten dreams, but before it was Laigya, in the time of Vobert, it was Grunez Lick. Grun's Lick. The memory of mine in which you walked was a troubled time, when the people of our kingdom were preyed upon by an ambitious fool. Brandon, then a young knight who had only just won his spurs, had caught the eye of Princess Saldia, who chose him as her personal guardian. However, he was far too inexperienced and was unable to keep her safe when she ventured outside these walls on one of her investigations. So they fucking took his titties out. What? That's what he was wearing without his knight's armor? For his failure, he was stripped of his knighthood, and shortly thereafter he quit Vobert. I thought I would never see him again. And then he came back with all these handsome boys and girls. There's young Ardbert in his shitty fucking level 20 armor. But then, one day, he returned, one of several wandering adventurers led by a man named Ardbert, who had accepted our invitation to look into the mysterious transformations, which had continued unabated in Brandon's absence. There's Renderay. Lady Saldia was overjoyed, and for a time it was like nothing had changed. They spoke often and grew ever closer. And then came the day when we learned the truth. When we learned that the architect of our kingdom's suffering was none other than the court mage, Tadric. No! Why did you say my trigger word? It's him, Brandon. I'm sorry. So am I. Come, let's have done with it. I can't wait to not learn about that fucking mage over there. There was some sort of female paladin who was part of this. So what is the next game? It's the game that Zora redeemed points for. So when we finish Shadowbringers tonight, next week we're going to start Clair Obscure, Expedition 33. And hopefully by the end of that, we will have figured out Zora's laptop situation and be back to Endwalker. That's the plan. More RPGs, but hopefully I don't have to read so much in Clair Obscure. Hopefully it's all voice acted in French. In French. Well, these all young whippersnappers here. Oh man, he's always looked evil. How did we trust this guy? Falsely voice acted. Fucking thank God. It was you, Tadric. Do not deny it. Tormenting our people, twisting and transforming them into monsters. And for what? Brandon. And after I took such pains to be rid of you, you may strip me of my titles, but not my oaths. I shall serve Lady Saldia till my dying breath. As you like. Once I have killed you and your friends, there will be no one left to stop me from claiming the throne. Hear me, my child. The hour of reckoning is at hand. Rejoice, for in noble sacrifices shall you find everlasting glory. He's got the fucking weirdo pervy mustache that I'm sure is also weird scales. Lord Tadric, it hurts. Silence. Soon you shall know no more pain. This guy always looked like a shithead. He turned them into Terminators. I was going to make it quick for old time's sake, but now I think I ought to take my time. And then we do a big ol' battle that we don't have to do. Thank God. Now let's see him in his dying breath go, I curse you! Yeah! It's got a cool hat, though. Meddlesome wretch! This kingdom is by rights mine! Brandon, what is the meaning of this? You fool! Tadric, you, but why, after serving us faithfully for so many years? Wow, what an idiot. I am no servant! No servant! Not of your mother or father or you! Nyah! Wow, they are also bad at their jobs. My lady! Get him, Ardbert. God damn you! Get him, Ardbert! Oh, he's dead. Wow, what a piece of shit. I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids and your stupid dog man thing. There you go. And your weird little gnome thing. What a piece of shit. He's like, ha! I cast curse and then I die so I suffer no repercussions. Goodbye. Lady Saldia, speak to me. Kill me. Brandon, my dear, brave Brandon, am I your princess still? Would you honor your vows even now? Now and ever after, my lady. My sword is yours to command. Ugh. Would you love me even if I was a fraud, even if I was a sin eater, Brandon? That is well, but that I had the strength to wield it myself. Steel your heart, brave Brandon, and for the good of Volbert and her people. No, 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 I cannot! I will not. Honor your vows to your kingdom, to your princess. Do it. No, no. Oh, yeah, we should do it now. Oh, she's still human. All right. God damn it. Damn. to your friend who never doubted you, who knew that you would return and see justice. Justice. No, it should be me. Brandon, my sword, now and ever after. Wow, he was over-leveled for this quest. Jesus. Is that the fucking paladin that we never see again? Silva? Was that her fucking name? A smile better suits a hero. It sure does. Hold on. It was. Silva. So what the fuck? This lady keeps showing up in all the flashbacks, well, in some of the flashbacks, but whenever they talk about the Warriors of Light of the First, she's never fucking mentioned. Where the fuck is this lady? Scylla Volthane, known as a former Silva and the Shadowkeeper, is a character in Shadowbringers. Though she has no immediate role in the main scenario quest, she is inexorably tied to the Warriors of the Light of the First. You know what? She might be in the... When we do all 4 of the missions, she might be. She's like an Aki, if there's... What, an Aki? Oh, an ally of theirs. Sure, but it's like she shows up a bunch. She seems kind of important. I think what's going to happen is... fat fingers, yeah. So I feel like if we do the healer, the DPS, the ranged DPS, and the tank role quests for Shadowbringers, there's supposed to be an epilogue to that. I feel like if we do all of those, she's probably in that epilogue. Maybe. She's a gladiator. Okay, well, she also shows up in Endwalker and Dawntrail, so I'm going to stop reading that. We've rounded up the rest of Tadric's co-conspirators and tossed them in the gaol. The ones who hadn't been corrupted by his magic, that is. I should grow a beard, thinks Ardbert. Oh, hey, that looks like a crystal we'll get at the end of these missions. Why did she look happy about that? I'll not hesitate again, no matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice. Big teary eyes. Oh, he's a big softie. Alright. To have loved and lost. Tales of love and lost and fame. Having taken ample time to consider the nature of the man Brandon was, and the man Granson had convinced himself he must be, the hunter has at last accepted the simple truth that a hardened heart full of hate is ultimately empty. There is naught to be gained from playing the part of a vengeful hero, for there are only victims in his story, And so he must bring an end to the tale and lay Melinda and Brandon's spirits to rest, and then move on. Satisfied that Granson has at last turned away from the brink, Sol Ol reveals the location of the claws of Orthus and furnishes you with a satchel of powder to dispel the glamour that shields it from view. After coming to the designated location in Tim Gaius, you cast the powder into the air with a flourish, which settles to reveal the hidden coffer. Granson kneels and withdraws the claws of Orthus, and as if on cue, Dikaisen appears to claim his prize, and the battle is joined. Though your enemy is formidable indeed, together you and Granson manage to lay the fallen warrior of light low. As he begins to fade into motes of ether, Brandon seems to regain a fragment of his lost self, as he reflects on perhaps the most painful decision of his life. To your surprise, however, you learn that, like Granson, he managed to reject the mistaken belief that he need forsake compassion and love to move on, and instead chose to embrace it, that he might honor the memory of the Lady Saldia. Sol Ol is relieved to hear that Brandon's soul is at peace, and that the turmoil in Granson's heart has subsided as well. With the deed done, the hunter has no need for the royal relic of Vobert, and so he entrusts them to the former retainer, that they may be enshrined in the fallen forevermore, in the kingdom, the fallen kingdom forevermore. Having returned to the Crystarium, his hunt at an end, Granson turns his thoughts to the future, and realizes that he no longer feels at home there, or in Wright, or anywhere else. The road shall host him for the time being, as he believes that someone somewhere must surely be in need of a reliable sword hand. Though your time together is at an end, there's no reason to think you will not meet again, and so you bid farewell to each other until the next hunt. Okay. Okay. Wow. 1 of 700. Oh, what a pittance. That's the claw? It's a fucking ring. I was expecting that gross fucking Skyrim claw that you get way early in the game. That nasty fucking thing. Must be the claws of Orthus. All that's left is to decide when and where we want to confront the Eater. And almost on cue... Brandon, looking good? Or we can deal with it here and now. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. Hey there, old man. I don't know you and you don't know me, but I know your story. And I know this isn't you. And I know that if Lady Saldia was here, she'd say the same thing. It'll all be over soon, I promise you. Dikaisen! Wow, what a terrible party this is. 2 tanks? We're fucked. Though it is 2 tanks fighting a tank, so, you know, the numbers are on our side. And they were on our side. Damn Eater. Let him go! He's not your bloody puppet! Shazam. Finally. You watching, Melinda? Looks like somebody's been taking bites out of that crystal. Delicious Benandium. Brandon! Now, and ever after, my Lady Saldia, my sword is yours, to command. Brandon, he's still in there? not hesitate again, no matter the cost, no matter the sacrifice. Wait, is he trapped in the memory still? You're wrong, Brandon. That's not what she would want. Let go of your anger. Let go of her. And then he became a paladin. But that would make me lesser in your eyes, wouldn't it? To shoulder a burden that need not be mine. No, I will not forsake compassion and love. I will not dishonor your memory. Oh, my lady Saldia. He's gone. With that, the three treasures of the royal family are reunited. Now we've just got to find a place to stick them so that no scavenger ever stumbles upon them again. Least we can do for the princess and her knight, am I right? Yes. Yes. Maybe Sol All will have some ideas. Let's head back to Pla Eni. Alright, and that was the tank versions of the role quests. Again, I would like to do the ranged DPS one and the healer ones because these have been pretty interesting. The only problem is I would have to grind up a healer, which is fucking up to level 80, and a ranged DPS, which is fucking kill me. Kill me now. So, I don't know when that'll be. I mean, I guess technically what I could do is just do the same thing I did with the tank and just buy the level up next time they're on sale for both of them, and then we can just recount them in the book. I guess that's fine. And then apparently there's an epilogue to that, so yeah, I would like to see that someday. But for now, we need to go start this Eureka thing that we never did. We're only doing the first part of it, apparently. So let's see. The Forbidden Land of Eureka. And we shall call it Eureka in Rhalger's Reach. Rhalger's Reach. Which is Rhalger's Reach. So let's see. To kill a curl. No thanks. I assume it's a blue one. And we shall call it Eureka! Okay, so it's somewhere over there. Just a hip hop and a hippin' and a hoppin'. So it's back here. You? Galliana? And oh, fucking Kryle's the star of this one? And shitty silver-haired other Lalafell? Great. Cool. Actually, yeah, before we start this, let's run some ads. The only ads we've run tonight, surprisingly. And, yeah, we'll be back. So, boop.
この番組はご覧のスポンサーの提供でお送りしました。
伝
伝説のドラゴンと共に戦いの旅へ。パンツァードラグーン RPG アーゼル。セガサタン。
All right, so I did look it up just to make sure. The fucking, what was her name? Ciela? She is. The reason we haven't really learned about her is because she is the epilogue of the 4 role quests. So, more reason to actually fucking do all of them. Not so much to grind up level 80s for both a mage and a fucking healer, but fucking whatever. Monkey. And we shall call it Eureka! Sogethu Bane of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, if I am not mistaken. Very good! I have a message for you from Aunt Rowena. Well, it's more of a request, I suppose, though. Wario Games a copy of Bomberman? It sure is. I guess that canonically means that Bomberman is exists in the Mario universe. It's more of a request, I suppose, though I don't have any details of consequence. She'd like you to assist with the exploration of a recently discovered island. Surely you'd be interested in that sort of thing, being an adventurer. If you are, then you should head to Kugane and see Kotokaze, the proprietress of the Shiokaze hostelry. It's a long way to go, I know, but the island's out that way anyway, so... Alright. I mean, it's been a while since we've been to Kugane. Why not? Is this going to be like that Dawn Trail island I keep hearing about? Where it's like, hey, here's your own little island to fucking grow shit on or stuff. It's been a while! And there's Final Fantasy Tactics over there. I figured it would disappear after we finished it, but no, they just exist. They're canon. I see you decided to accept the invitation of the House of Splendors. Rowena will be pleased. Come, I will show you to your table. You have a cool eye patch. How did I not notice that? And you've got Mumbrida's hair, you fucking bitch. Good thing Uriage's not around. Kryle? Rowena? It's good to see a familiar face in these parts, particularly that, oh, the man who might, well, be the most valued customer. This is going to be a really dumb question. Have we met Rowena before? I know we've heard of her a lot, but I don't think we've actually met her before. I would recognize that poncho if I did, but maybe she was wearing something else before? Who is this poncho woman? And Vash is here too. Great. Bye. I gather you were not expecting Kryle or myself to be attending this little fucking coup d'etat. She does stuff in crafting? I don't remember her. As you will see, however, this is a matter of which concerns us all. Like, Rowena has been brought up a lot. Idleshire as well, I think. Okay, maybe that's where I remember her from, but I don't remember the poncho. Hold on. 14, Rowena. I definitely remember Rowena's tokens. We've gotten some of those. Yeah, okay, no, we have seen this woman before. She's just never been in this fucking poncho. Neat. Usually she's wearing like a tube top in Idleshire. Alright, neat. Might be a travel. Might be. Much like how Tataru will change her clothes or Alphino will change her clothes. Yes, Alphinaud the woman. It all began when a vessel of the East Aldernard Trading Company happened upon an island in the Glass Ocean. A deserted island which was not recorded on our charts and, quite frankly, had no business being here. Suffice it is to say, we were surprised, pleasantly so, in fact. An unclaimed, undeveloped island in such a location would be a boon to our trading concerns in this corner of the world. Kugane's bleeding us both dry with its tariffs. Depending on the goods, we're paying more than 10 times what we're owed in Limsar Alda, which is already too damn much, believe you me. Ha 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 ha! We're ripping you off! Ha ha ha! Ah, that's not funny, Hancock. What my dear Rowena is trying to say is that having an additional port of call in this region, one more amenable to free trade, would be in the best interests of a great many parties. Which is why, upon learning of this island, I immediately authorized an exploratory expedition. The team was large and well-funded. I spared no expense. Alas, only a handful returned. Neat. So why's Kryl here? Because she has nothing else to do? The survivors reported irregularities with the island's ether, which we believe gave rise to a number of strange and monstrous beasts. Beasts which set upon them not long after they arrived. This regrettable turn of events forced us to reevaluate our assessment of the island and put our plans on hold for a time. If development was to proceed, it would require a great deal more capital than originally anticipated. So he came to me in mind for a handout, and I obliged. Before you scoff, know that some of my regular customers were members of that failed expedition. What they told me was enough to justify the expense. Tales of treasures, of untold wealth and riches, and gods know what else. Aye, we'll have to wade through all them beasties, but with great risk comes great reward, as they say. Tales of loss and fire and fame? Sounds great. Spoken like a born entrepreneur. Your ambition and ruthlessness are admirable, my lady. I dare say I could stand to learn a thing or two from you. Just gonna fucking bend him backwards and snap him in half. In any event, having formed our partnership, we wish to dispatch a second joint expeditionary force to the island. That said, if we were to send just anyone, their fate is like to be the same of that of the first. So this time, we've a mind to send a dab hand, a veteran of 1,000 battles, a tried and true killer. You see where I'm going with this? Yeah, that's why you brought Kryl here, but why am I here? She's a fucking killer! While I lack your aptitude for warcraft, I will be joining the expedition as a researcher. The Scions have an interest in this island. Why? How perceptive of you. You are right. This is not the sort of affair that would normally concern us. However, after speaking with the others, they have consented to my participation on account of my personal interest. I didn't realize you love treasure, Kryl. You will forgive me if I say no more at this time. If my suspicions prove true, then I will tell you everything, I promise. Great. We're gonna fight King Kong, baby. Skull Island, here we come. Right then, I believe that covers everything. The company's ship that will deliver you to the island is waiting to receive you. You may proceed to the pier whenever you are ready to depart. Oh, and so you're not surprised, you'll have company. A craftsman whose help I reckoned we ought to have. You should be at the pier already. Rowena and I still have a few things to discuss, so why don't you go on ahead? I'll catch up to you later. The only thing I know about the Eureka Island is that fucking people grind fucking mounts and minions and sell them on the market board. And there's some weapons, but more money-making things, huh? Wait a second. Oh, I'm going to the wrong one. Oh, wait. Yes, Kugane. It was a nice town. As plot relevant as the Crystarium one, Kugane is a lot more interesting to look at. Geralt. It was good, yeah. It was the best part of Stormblood. Haha! Woohoo! Who is this handsome man? And who is this other woman? And no matter how many times you say it, you whiny little shite, I ain't about to let a bloody stranger waltz up and deign to tell me which way my bread is buttered. Now piss off! This is Kral's sister? Incorrigible youth? Does your Eorzean stubbornness know no end? I've urgent business on that island, and I demand you take me there at once. Ladies, ladies! I could hear the shouting half a malm away. Ah! Lalafell! Ha! I'm going to step on Kral's feet, and I'm going to pull on her arms, and maybe we can stretch her out a bit. Geralt, what is all the fuss about? Oh, Miss Krile, sorry about that. It's this here bastard what's causing trouble. Is it a bitch or a bastard? It looks like a woman. Ejika, what are you doing here? Did you really think I wouldn't find out about your letter? The nerve of you trying to get a head start on your own. Well, sorry to spoil your plans. Don't be difficult. I had every intention of requesting your assistance if and when I confirmed my hypothesis was correct. Potato fight! Potato fight! Forgive me, you must be completely at a loss. This gentleman on the right is... Wait, you already know each other. Do you not? Well, as you may have guessed, Geralt will be lending his considerable expertise to our expedition. Do I know him? I don't fucking remember. And on the left we have... Ejika Sunjika. Okay, Ejika Sunjika. Of the students of Baldesion. You must be the so-called warrior of light. Charmed, I'm sure. I'll thank you not to get underfoot. What is with this sassy lost child? He makes legendary weapons. Oh, well then no wonder we haven't seen him. I probably have used him and not bothered to remember his name. Manners, Ejika, if you intend to accompany us on this expedition... Of course I do, and if you think I'm about to let a by-the-hook traditionalist like you conduct an independent investigation, you've got another thing coming. You get introduced to him in ARR for a quest, I think. Oh, well then no fucking wonder I don't remember him! A lot of A Realm Reborn just kind of fucking blends together, and let me tell you, I've been going back through A Realm Reborn for reasons, and it just kind of blends together! I should be glad to welcome the assistance of a preeminent scholar such as yourself. Now, if you would be so kind as to stop badgering poor Geralt and board the ship, we can get underway. Oh, wait, yeah, no, he's the guy that lives in the fucking woods, I think. He's the one who made that lance for me as a dragoon. Now I kind of remember him. That shit sucked. There was so much grinding for basically nothing. A cool-looking weapon, which for most classes doesn't even look that cool. The only reason I bothered to see him was because the Dragoon Lance that I wanted was through him. It's the same one that Estinian uses. That's him. Yeah, the weirdo in the woods. Okay. I don't think you actually need to meet him. I assume if we didn't meet him, Krile would be like, and here's Gerald. Anyway. But technically, yes, we have met him. I met him off camera. Ejika is one of the few surviving students of Baldesion. While his expertise... Okay, so it is a him. While his expertise in aetherology is impressive by any measure, alas, so is his ego. But enough about him. We have an island to explore. If you've no matters left to attend to, speak with Rodney. He will show you aboard. Thancred? Thancred? What? Maybe it's my one eyeball, but is that not Thancred? It occurs to me that no one bothered to tell you the name of the island we mean to explore. Am I correct? It's a bit grandiose and melodramatic, but we've tentatively named it for a place from a Logan legend. I also thought that was Thancred. That's a Realm Reborn Thancred over there. A forbidden land where fearsome weapons were hidden away for safekeeping. Welcome to Eureka Park! We call it Eureka. I'm sure that's like some Final Fantasy reference. Actually, I'm gonna look it up. Final Fantasy Eureka. Join us. It's a location in Final Fantasy III, which I don't fucking remember. Hancock did say he spared no expense. It is a location in Final Fantasy 15, which fucking, hey, guess what? Never played it. Oh, never mind. Final Fantasy 14, not 15. My apologies. It's a primal in Final Fantasy 14. Is it? And it's an ability in Vagrant Story. That's probably spoilers. I don't want to click on that. I don't remember it in Final Fantasy 3. The Forbidden Land Eureka is an optional dungeon in Final Fantasy 3 that contains some of the best equipment in the game. Oh, maybe I do remember that. A gateway that can be found at the bottom floor of the Crystal Tower, but the Eureka key is required. Doga and Une unlock the Eureka key and give it to the Warriors of Light, granting them access to the Eureka, knowing they need better equipment to fight Zand. Was this in the NES version? In the NES and remastered versions, the Sage and Ninja jobs are found in this dungeon, being given... Okay, no, we did cover Eureka. I just fucking forgot. Neat. Oh, yeah, it was all just fucking walls and... Okay. I do remember. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Got it. It's a Final Fantasy 3 reference. Surprise. Surprise! Final Fantasy 14 really likes Final Fantasy 3. Da, 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 da. Eureka Animos. You now have access to the Forbidden Land Eureka Animos. Animos can be explored in parties of up to 8 players or solo. To embark on your journey to Animos, speak with Rodney at Pier 1. So we'll just fucking do this first one solo. Please be advised that all excursions into the Forbidden Land Eureka are item level synced. For Animos, gear exceeding an item level of 300 will be adjusted. While exploring Animos, you will have the opportunity to create Eureka gear and weapons. If you wish to do so, it would be prudent to acquire level 70 antiquated items in advance. Should you wish to know more about Eureka Animos and what it has to offer, you may speak with Rodney from further. Okay. Rodney, huh? Rodney, huh? You look very familiar, but young man. Weird. A little makeup on your neck there, covering up something? I see. Journey to Forbidden Land, Eureka Animos. If your elemental level is above 20, it will be synced. What is my elemental level? What? I'm sure it's high enough. Solo. Alright, so let's see. Wow, this is a bunch of weird shit happening here. Wow! This is the place they're traveling to in Hunter x Hunter if the fucking author wasn't dying. The fucking author of Hunter x Hunter had the perfect opportunity to just end the manga. But he decided to keep fucking going because he's a... And I say this because fucking... I stepped in here once. You stepped in here once? And then left immediately? I say this because, again, the Hunter x Hunter author is the same guy who did Yu Yu Hakusho. And if you've never fucking read or watched Yu Yu Hakusho, the final arc literally builds up a giant tournament and then cuts to after the tournament and them just going, wow, that was pretty cool anyway. Ending. Because the author was like, I'm dying. I'm just going to end it here. I can't do this anymore. So it seems like that's happening again with Hunter x Hunter, but he's like, nah, man. I'll just take 5 years to write a chapter. It's fine. Okay. Ethernet shard. Do I have to sync to this? I do! You know, fucking coming in here... You attune yourself. Additional shards can be found throughout the Forbidden Land. Fucking spawning in here and looking at this. This kind of gives me Monster Hunter vibes. Mysterious Island? Wait, how big is this? Oh my god! Mysterious Island, little base camp, and then just fucking monsters out the wazoo, just outside the gate. Do I even care what you have to say? Fuck! I knew it. I knew it! From the moment we arrived. Despite everything that has happened here, there can be no mistake. I hate to admit it, but you had the right of it. Is there some sort of primal here? I said I would tell you everything if my suspicions prove true, and so I will. The reason I urged the Scions to approve my participation in this expedition is because this island is the Isle of Val. The selfsame island that once served as the headquarters and the home of the students of Baldesian. An island that belongs to the other side of the world that was obliterated by a terrible magic. Yeah, I think I remember that being mentioned at the beginning of the game. When they're like, oh, we'll just get the scholars of Baldesian. And then the next fucking cutscene was like, they're all dead. It's like, oh, okay. I guess we won't. And then Kryles shortly showed up afterwards. I was fortunate to have been elsewhere at the time, but I know you were not so lucky. I do suppose you have any idea how it could have ended up here in the Glass Ocean. Last my it's fucking Emu. Emu did it. Fucking something celestial moon ember. Alas, my memories of the incident are muddled. All I recall is a voice. That of the star, I suspect. Faint and fleeting, but warm. And then I awoke on the shore of Old Charlayan. How convenient for you and utterly unhelpful for the rest of us. With that more than Galoof's chosen heir could have received this blessing of light. Does this Kryle also have a grandfather named Galoof? Because again, Galoof was our party member in Final Fantasy III. He was that eccentric old man who died, and then Kryle joined our party. And inherited everything he did. So this Kryle also has Galoof? Where are you off to now, Ajika? Adventure. To find anyone else that might still be alive. I'll thank you not to follow. I work better alone. You're a fucking mage. No, you don't. You're a liar. Cutting us loose now that you've got what you wanted? It'd be better for everyone if we cooperated. Huh. Suppose you are not without your uses, given your proven capacities for survival and violence. A proposal, then. Should I learn anything of significance, I shall return here and share it with the rest of you. Does that satisfy you, Kryl? Yes. What a bitch! It's a handful, I know. You needn't worry about me. I am more than capable of defending myself. So we have a mystery on our hands. Somehow the Isle of Vol was transported from one corner of the world to this one. Ajika is right in that our first priority should be to confirm whether or not any of our comrades that were here are still alive. If someone is, then perhaps they will be able to help us understand what happened. Yes. I appreciate your help more than you know. But before you can begin in earnest, it is important that you are properly prepared. The stories you heard about the creatures that roam these lands were not exaggerations. I would not see you struck down due to carelessness. Geralt has been working on something that will be of use to you. Why don't you go see if it's ready? I have various measurements to take in the meantime. Come and find me if you wish to speak later. Yoo-hoo, big boy! Hey, Gerald, how's it going? I still got 173 minutes before I get kicked out. Got ourselves dragged into a fine mess, eh? Rowena's still wielding that tavern dead of mine like a chef's knife, taking a pawns of flesh here and there. Wait, don't tell me she's got her hooks in you too. Aye, well, it's no business of mine. We're here, and we may as well make the most of it. Much as ye can make of being stuck in a god's forsaken island, where the very... hello. Vivi Bright Soul. Where the very elements are your enemy, and the only living creatures want nothing more than to make you dead. Yes. You've probably heard from the others about how the beasties here have been bathed in twisted ether of this place, and are somehow stronger for it. No? Don't know about all that, but I do know that if you walked out of the gates and let one take a swing at ye, you'd feel it in more ways than one. Aye, not only can they rend flesh and break bones, but they can also disrupt your very ether. So if you're intending to go toe-to-toe with one, you'll need a way to improve your ability to endure said beastie's attacks. Rather, your ability to defend against attacks for a given elemental aspect. Goes without saying, the same principle applies if you want to hit the beasties back harder, aye? Any road, to that end, Kryl and I have been working on a solution. A magic contraption ye can use to manipulate your elemental affinities and fight more effectively in Eureka. We call it a magia board. Might take some getting used to, but I'm sure a clever lad like you will manage. But the board alone's not enough, I should say. You'll need these crystals, what were they called? Magicite? That was it. Type of crystals found here in Eureka. Pure as driven snow, or so I'm told. Lucky for you, I've got one to spare. Brought back by a survivor of the first expedition. Go on and take it, along with the board. Right. Reckoned you'll find more while you're out and about, so I designed to take up to 5 in a given configuration. Is this a roguelike? Is this what I've wandered into? To affix or remove magicite, you'll need to avail yourself of that there magia melder. Shouldn't be too hard, but if you've got questions, direct them to the expedition engineer over yonder. Magia melder? Magia melder? Magia melder? Oh, this thing. I was looking for a man, not a wind chime. All magia ether restored. The magia melder may be used to affix magicite to or remove it from your magia board. When you've finished experimenting with it, speak with Kryl to proceed. Magia board acquired! Oh my god. Hey, do you like spheres? Have you played Final Fantasy X? You have obtained your very own Magia board. In Eureka, each creature is aspected to a certain element, giving them a distinct advantage in battle. You will need to make judicious use of both the Magia board and Magicite to overcome your foes. Raise your affinity to certain elements by melding Magicite to your Magia board or spinning the board to change its alignment. A Magia board properly configured to an enemy's ethereal tilt can enhance both offensive and defensive capabilities. Speak to the expedition engineer for further guidance. I would rather not. Confer. Wait. Which one? I assume electricity, wind, earth, ice, water, and fire. Hold on. Let's just take a quick gander outside the fucking gate here. Who's nearby? Who's outside? Oh, they won't let me out. Let me out! Let me out! Fucking cut that. Oh, the music kicked in finally. I mean, it's snowing, so maybe we'll try ice. We can reconfigure it whenever, so I guess it doesn't matter. Hey, Kryl, this is a lot. While taking preliminary readings, something unusual came to light. The headquarters of the student of Baldesian was situated in a tower, which appears to be encased in a magical barrier. Someone or something seems to have activated our defenses. I can only hope this was the work of survivors. The very possibility is enough to make investigating the tower a priority. The question is, how are we to get there, barriers notwithstanding? Traveling on foot would place us at the mercy of the wilderness. It would be safer to make use of the island's Ethernet. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear to be in the best of shape at the moment. I'm not entirely sure why, but perhaps we can find a way to put it in good working order? So I have two favors to ask of you. One, attune to every Ethernet shard you find. Any difficulties you experience may help me get to the root of the problem. If you can use them without issue, then all the better. Two, if you should come across a protein crystal, I want you to bring it to me. I have this request on behalf of our financiers, to be clear, which isn't to say that we shouldn't oblige them. We should. They have been quite generous with their support, after all. Yes. I'm sure you have heard this too many times before, but be careful. These creatures are unlike anything I've ever seen. Do not underestimate them. And remember to attune to every Ethernet shard you find, starting with that one over there if you haven't. I sure have. Carl should be like, oh, you did already. Thancred? Oh, that's not Thancred, that's Uriage. You may now purchase items only available for use in the Forbidden Land. Eureka from the Expedition Provisioner. Don't forget about that protein crystal. The last thing you want to be is in the debt of Hancock and Rowena. You're not wrong. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff here. Bunch of bullshit. What's this about special stock? Well, in addition to usual assortments of sunries, the house is proud to offer a selection of items prepared especially for this expedition. No refunds, of course, house policy. Please be advised that certain items sold by the expedition provisions can only be used on the Forbidden Land Eureka. Okay. Alright, let's fucking wander out into the wild. Final Fantasy Wilds. How do I spin me board? Spin clockwise. I see. Okay. Squib! I'm a level 1 Dark Knight. Huh. What? What? It's okay. Neat. Anyway. The fuck was that? These strange, strange creatures. And this random tornado, should I be wary of this? Chain. Oh, I have to, oh no, I have to kill as many as I can in chains. Oh no. Gotta get all the... Yeah, this just looks like a fucking Monster Hunter. Aside from all the Final Fantasy XIV combat happening, this is super someplace we would just wander into in Monster Hunter. Oh, if the fucking enemies have respawned already. This is not going to go well. Not well at all. It's taking me so long to kill these things. They are able to respawn. Fuck! Alright, well, alright. We might have to keep it moving. I did it, Eureka, level up. Yeah, this might still be a problem. Like this fucking Zangoose. Spin counterclockwise. There. This, seems like it's gonna be a lot of grinding. Just an unbearable amount of grinding. Yeah, this is, huh. Can I just freely change my class? Hold on. During combat. Alright, let's get a combat. Maybe this would be better if I wasn't a fucking Dark Nut. Help! Help! I do not wish to be in combat anymore. No, help! The monster has followed me into camp! You are not able to change your job at this time. Probably outside of the thing. Okay. Huh. There's that. Squib Sands. Klauser Ho. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna do this alt here. I think this might just be enough for now. Because this seems like a lot. This seems like a fucking lot. Thancred? You're not Thancred. Where'd Thancred go? And what's that? Over there. Probably our actual ship. Yeah, that seems like a lot. Like a lot of grinding. I guess that's just something I'll be doing off camera, I guess. Picker of locks. Picker of noses. Replica vendor. Exchange. Fucking Kieran stuff? I guess. Why are they only giving me, like, armor? Where's the pants? This has been bullshit. Well, I guess that's probably it for tonight. Covered what we wanted to. We even did the extra tank roll queue stuff. So yeah, I guess we'll call it there. I did say it was probably going to be a shorter one tonight. So about 6 a.m. I guess Deadpool's just going to be in the game if it's already updated. Neat. So yeah. Sad music. This fucking annoyingly loud thing. Can I turn it off? No? I just get to listen to this when I sleep in the basement here? Neat. Test those power levels. Alright. Cool. Yeah, I guess we'll just fucking call it. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I guess you know what? We can do that too. Neat. So yeah, I guess that's gonna be it for Final Fantasy for now. Like I said, we're gonna take a little break because we're done with Endwalker. Well, we're not done with Endwalker. We're done with Shadowbringers. So the next time we stream Final Fantasy XIV, we will be starting Endwalker. But for now, we're going to take a small detour while things get fixed. And, yeah. So we're going to be starting Expedition 33 next week. I don't know how long that's going to take. If we're really good at the video game, how long to beat Expedition 33? 46 hours. Hold on. Want to beat FF7. It's a little shorter than like Final Fantasy 7. So, yeah. So we're gonna start playing Expedition 33, and we're gonna, I assume, just beat it. And then, by the time we beat Expedition 33, hopefully everything will be good, and we'll move on to Endwalker and then Dawn Trail. And hopefully by then, the thing I'm working on will also be done. Because, let me tell you, I started working on it way back when we were doing Heavensward, which was a long fucking time ago. And then when I started working on it a few weeks ago again, after we finished Shadowbringers, I realized that all of the earlier footage that I got was in the old graphics. So I had to basically start over because I had to recapture all of the old footage with the new graphics because we've gone through 2 goddamn graphic overhauls since we were in Heavensward. That was some bullshit. So it was supposed to be done by the time we got to Endwalker, but luckily we get to do a little detour, so hopefully it will be done by the time we beat Claire Obscure, and then you guys can all look at it before we go into Endwalker. So, but for now, we're gonna continue Sonic Colors on Saturday. We're gonna continue just grabbing the rest of those red rings. We're more than halfway with them, so at this point we might as well. And that's basically going to be it for the foreseeable future, so other than that, that's pretty much it for tonight. So fucking thanks everybody for tuning in, and I'm going to wait for that Marvel Rivals update to come out. So that's what I'm going to be doing. So we'll see everybody on Saturday.